Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. Allen now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he works free. 23 yards on the play. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
He's going to rifle one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete to open things up.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open. In the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Now! 6:37. Low.
Cardinal try it again on second down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Miles Jack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Go. 7:34.
Here's Carr to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Cooper was the target there. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
They run with Howard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. They pitch out to Howard. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Allen. Out left side here to Bryant. There he goes inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On the toss play, Howard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Watching that, Barney!
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Touchdown, baby! Touchdown!
Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin.
Monday down. 808. Raider 2. Express. Go Chief. Go Chief.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. It's brought in by Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He wasn't ready. Here we go. 6:37. Low. 6:37. 6:37. Go. Get set.
throwing his car on third down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here come the Bills. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And he'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it. And that's caught inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Bryant with a catch right side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Patriot!
On 1st and goal, Howard. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turn. handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! Hot!
Now Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Gronk that time. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first down, Carr buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 56 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
OP!
He's going to get it running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem with me.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
6-18.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Carr now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Go Chief. Go. Get set.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
808. 29.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And he gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Watch him now, Barney!
They toss left to Howard. And an alley to run. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12.
Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 3rd down, Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now here come the Raiders. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball. Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34. Go. 6:18.
Throwing again. Carr finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Shift. Raider run. Purdue. 7:34.
Again, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Detroit!
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Gone! Detroit!
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got some real estate inside the 30. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And finally marked down at the 23. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. This is Howard on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit!
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On the toss, Bernard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run again with Bernard. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.